first-gen students, as much as we talk about them being first-gen lower-income students, right, they're not monolithic. They're extremely diverse in terms of background and race and ethnicity and geography. And here on this slide, really kind of looking at some of the challenges that they do tend to share as a population. Right? Financial concerns being a big thing. And what I ask the rest of our campus partners to think about are how those financial concerns really intersect with the co-curricular opportunities that students have, right? At Duke, we're really lucky that we have lots of co-curricular opportunities, but can our first generation lower income students access them at the same rates as other students on campus? And for many of our students, the stakes sometimes are higher, right? Not only do they kind of need those opportunities more because they don't have other kinds of networks to fall back on to give them, internships and get things that way, but sometimes their students see them for very practical reasons. Like I think a lot about when we start advertising for summer opportunities, that many of our first-gen students are looking at summer opportunities because that's a way for them to have housing for the summer. So you think about a lot of things like that. Think about things that our life students are coming to campus having experienced delayed access, right? For many of them, being on the Duke student insurance plan will be the first time that they will be able to access medical care, affordable and accessible medical care on a consistent and regular basis. Mental health care, for instance, too. And one thing that we've been able to do and approach through the mentorship program is the fact that our students, that they need extra help navigating different processes and resources on campus. We also think about the assets of first generation students. I think about this one, high standards of self-reliance being both a positive and a negative. Our first gen students, many of them came to campus, got into Duke without much guidance and support. They have done and accomplished amazing things on their own for a long time. And then they expect to be able to come to Duke and do the same thing and navigate Duke, select their classes, figure out how to get internships, decide on a major, line up post-grad plans. They expect to do that on their own, but it's not really possible. Literally, our campus climate, our institutional culture was created to be collaborative. And that's something our life students, they have to learn. And at the same time, many of them also come to campus with a initial suspicion of Duke adults because of things that have happened in their past, because of things that happened maybe with guidance counselors or teachers or instances in which they were let down. And so they get here and there are all of these people who say they want to help them, but I find that our students are like, well, who are you? What's your investment in me? Why do you want to help me? And it takes them a little bit longer to feel that they can approach the many resources that we have on campus. And that's where Penn Mentorship has been a really important resource for students to help kind of fill that gap before they're ready to come in and talk to adults. And finally, of course, the financial concerns and how that intersects with students' academic experiences. It's everything from how students are thinking about what they want to pursue, what majors they want to do, because those might be majors that will help them launch into lucrative careers later that will provide them financial stability that they've longed for. But also things like here, we still have a student contribution. So students, our low-income students are having bursar bills and they tend to balance jobs to pay off those bursar bills while they're enrolled and taking classes. And then of course, things like course materials, the textbooks are really expensive, as is technology, computers being something that all students need, but isn't necessarily part of our financial aid package. So those are just some of the experiences that our students, our life students on campus are dealing with.